Trip report of an Everglades camping trip with Scott and Joe. We left out of Goodland, stopped by Lulu Key, then we went into Everglades City to check in at the ranger station, then back out to Chokoloskee, checkpoint 2 for the Everglades Challenge, progressed into the Everglades down through Crooked Creek, and we spent the night at our favorite cabin. Next day we went down and went through the upper Everglades into stay at Willy Willie campsite. Right about there. Yeah, right there. Then we progressed on the next day down the Broad River. Then up through the Nightmare Creek section, which was pretty tight and muddy. Once we got through Nightmare, we were at the Harney River, and we went upstream, upwind in the Harney River, and then back downstream on the Shark River. Spent the night at Shark River Chickee. Next morning, we crossed Oyster Bay into Joe River. We got pinned down in the wind in South Joe Bay right there. Then we waited 3 hours and we crossed Whitewater Bay. I got confused in Coot Bay and had to do a little backtracking, and we ended up in Flamingo where Betsy picked us up. All right, here we are at Goodland boat ramp at the little park in Goodland. Started the morning out with a little portage. We woke up this morning and the water was about 8 feet below the dock at the hotel, and it was all muddy like this right here. So there was no getting in right there at the hotel, but luckily I just looked on the phone and found the closest little park, which is 2 blocks away, and we just humped all our gear over here, a couple loads, and we're gonna get loaded up and head on out. On the water. I'm not quite packed yet. I'm having to kind of shallow water start here, but I don't know if you can see that yet, but all my gear is kind of forward, and I got my weight forward because there was no water where we launched. So, all right, there goes Puma, paddling out first light. Got a little of that Goodland on the front of his boat there. Ocean, Coon Key Pass. That's Coon Key over there, and we got about 12 miles open water, something like that. 14, I don't know. Down to Goodland, right into the sun this morning, so I won't be taking many pictures. Done now. And it was pretty lumpy in spots behind an island now, so it's kind of protected, but I got about 5 more miles to go, and some of it's pretty lumpy, but so far so good. I'm really pleased with the board. That crosswind is usually where it really is tough, and we had about a 15, maybe some 20-mile-an-hour gusts in there, and I was able to maintain my line pretty good. Looks like they got it shut off. Surely they must keep something in there. It's a pretty nice little spot right here. Beach is covered with sponges. Shells. Great shelling beach. Mostly oysters. Beautiful. Coming up on Indian Key Pass here. Took this little inside shortcut. It gets pretty skinny in here, but you can usually get through it. Coming into Chokoloskee Bay. Just missed a picture of that osprey's on his nest, but nice inflowing current. See, Josh, I don't always go upstream. We're right now at about 12:30, so we got about 2 more hours of incoming tide. We're gonna go over here to the National Park headquarters here and get our wilderness permits. We got our check-in done at the park ranger station there. Got our backcountry permit. Had to change a couple of slight changes in our plans, but pretty much got the sites we wanted. To the Smallwood store. I don't know if Irma took care of it or what, but oh, looks like it's still open. There's a couple of roseate spoonbills over there. Maybe I can crop them out to get to see them, but
No trip to the Everglades is complete without seeing some roseate spoonbill. Crooked Creek. This is one of my favorite little spots out here. I like the name. I like the way it's always got some flat spots in it. End of the day. Lazy paddling down to the finish. About 5 more miles to go. Everything looks pretty at this time of day. Where one of the old original settlers of the Everglades lived. Had a little spot here. They used to farm and make liquor, all that kind of stuff you do out in the middle of nowhere. Set up. Lumpy out here. This is what I meant. I know I film a little bit lumpy here. Getting ready to come out of this nice little lee spot here and go across this bay. There's like little 10-inch to 1-footers rolling across. I gotta go all the way across this sucker. There it is. Gator here. He's a little baby. We'll see if we can't get up here and get a good shot of him. A nice little spot there, don't you? You don't want to give it up. That's what it's all about right there. Gotta get the gator selfie. Coming into Plate Creek. Hours of slogging up wind. We pulled into Lossman's 5 ground site. This is our second stop for the day. That was a pretty good pull there. It was about 7 miles that last pull there. And well, I decided that I like ground sites for rest stops, especially for Joe, because he can get out of his kayak easier. It's hard to get up on a chickie 4 feet off the ground if you're sitting down, but if you're standing up, it's easy getting off. But definitely if you're a kayaker, I would consider stopping for a rest break at the ground sites. Some dolphins here. I don't know how close I'll get before they'll get away, but looks like they're doing a lot of swimming around this point up here. Coming out of the water, slapping it with their tail. They must be hunting some fish. Must have a school of them rounded up. There's 2 of them headed right for me right now. We might get a little action here. There's one right there in front of me. Oh yeah, there's another one right over there. I see some cloudy water. We got almost to marker 47. Wind was pretty rough out in the open water, and this little creek looks like we can route around some of the water, some of the weather. It's going to send us into a parallel bay. All right, we decided to head over to Willy Willie. Willy Willie is an old Indian mound, oyster shell mound. So it's a ground site. There he goes. Day, wasn't it? That was. Those doggone kids couldn't do this shit. Man, I'm going in and have a look at this campsite here, Willy Willie campsite. Make sure there's no gators taking up residence. Oh man, we're gonna love this, Joe. Yeah. This is nice. It's a little muddy, but I think we can find a clean spot. Oh yeah, there's some grass right there. Got camp all set up over there. The tent's all ready to go. All right, we're headed out before first light. Got the full moon behind me here, and Puma's in the water, so I gotta get going. You don't wait for nobody. Right there, this little small line here, that's what we're gonna take. We're saving going way out here and cutting back, so I think we're gonna save a couple of 3 or 4 miles. We having fun, Joe?
Yes. Are you kidding? Perfect day in paradise, brother.
Perfect day in paradise. Wind died down finally. Got the sun coming up.
Got a nice Cliff Bar for breakfast.
Cliff Bar for breakfast. I can't beat it. Off nicely. Here we are at the Broad River. Current still headed out.
It's time to take a pee.
All right. Little gator in that hole. Look at him right there. Going too fast. Hey there, Mr. Gator. How you doing, huh? For sight. I don't know, Joe. You able to get out there, you think? So we pulled up on the side of Broad River, take a little break.
Too muddy to get out.
Too muddy to get out, so we're just laying here
Telling lies.
on the side, telling lies. On our left is Woods River. On our right is Nightmare Creek. And we're gonna go Nightmare Creek. Hopefully we can get through there. I don't know, we may end up having to wait again. We'll see. It's a little early in the tide, but we'll just have to see what happens. Why you don't want to come through here at low tide. It is pretty freaking tight. Getting stuck everywhere. Wedging through branches. Try going this way here. There's some tight stuff in here. Yeah. Nightmare, pretty tough, huh?
There's a motherfucker.
Look how nice and clean you are.
Motherfucker. Kicked my ass. Oh, it's so horrible. Look at it.
Oh, I know. Look at your boat's covered with mud. This part of Nightmare is not so bad. And the Nightmare. So kind of went through one really tight spot for a while there, and then we had a nice little bay, about 1.5 miles of bay, so that was good. And then we got one more little, another 1.5 miles of this fairly tight stuff, not quite as bad as that other section. Another 1.5 miles to go yet, maybe a mile. And you can hear the wind up above is really honking, so it's a good thing we're in the Nightmare. He's caught between a log and a hard place. Hang on, I'll come give you a little, I'll push your bow around. You were pretty high up on there when I look back.
I know.
So we got through the Nightmare. You can see it's a bit of a dirty thing there to get that Nightmare. Harney River, and I got a lot of buzzard action on the right here. It looks like they're on top of something here. Paddle around enough, you see dead stuff. It's part of life. Yeah, it's a manatee. You can see his tail there, his backbone. Yeah. Nothing goes to waste in nature. So kind of rough out there, but if you sneak along the edge here, it's not so bad. There are places where it's rough, but it's all part of the territory. Now we're headed down Shark River. Got the wind at our backs. Current's still coming in a little bit, but not too bad. Night. Shark River chickie. It's one of the single chickies, so usually they're doubles. Alright, that was a pretty big day. We had started out at what, 5:30?
Yep.
Finished at 5:30.
Yep.
12 hours of paddling. And got through the nightmare. You got it, Joe, or you need me over there?
I think I got it.
Alright. Oh, this is good stuff here. 74 years old. Kick most people that watch this video's ass. Guaranteed. Beautiful morning. Just came out of Shark River. Heading over to Oyster Bay. Lots of ibises out this morning. Flying in flocks of 10 to 20. And nice flat water. That's camping there. Just Shark River. Flamingo for now. Maybe the Keys, depending on what the wind's doing tomorrow. Joe Bay chickie. Last mile and a half was pretty damn tough because we're going up against the current in Joe River and the wind. Man, it looks nice from here, but boy, you can really see that current rushing. It's just honking from left to right here. Two dolphin coming right in this little cove. Are they gonna go up in that little side creek? Another one right there's two more right there.
Oh yeah. Okay. On that cruise ship. It's just like a goddamn show at the seagull. Look at it.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's going right up in that side creek. He must know where that goes. That was awesome.
Probably some dolphin girls.
Gonna wait the wind out a little bit here. South Joe Bay is hammering. Joe, how come your bay is hammering?
It's mad at me.
It's mad at you. We make this a little bit more permanent of a facility since we're going to be staying here for a little bit. We got Joe's kayak out of the water, made a windbreak, and got our air mattresses out and take a little nap. I think it was a good call to wait. We're going to hopefully get to Flamingo by 10. Betsy's going to meet us there. It's looking pretty flat compared to what it looked like earlier today. I think we're going to have to cross though to get out of the worst of the wind, but we'll see when we get up here. Hugging the edges is definitely a way to go. We're doing about 4 knots upwind because we got a current in our favor. Whitewater Bay is up to come. We wanted to get off of that before dark. That's why I wanted to leave. Either had to leave then or leave late at night. And I didn't want to go through there at night because it's pretty wide water. Kind of in a leeward spot right here, so it's not blowing hardly at all where I am. But just yeah. Left of those 2 islands there. At least we're moving now. Yeah, I think if we go up to that first island, we'll take a little break. Go to that second one, take a break.
Ooh. Well, we've gone 4 miles
Nice.
since we left.
Yeah. It was 45. Made it to Flamingo.
Goddamn, buddy. And that's like best.
That was a tough paddle, all upwind for 100 miles. It was a 120-mile paddle. I guarantee you 100 miles was upwind. Huh?
No shit.
I bet you at least.
Well, you know what gets me? Most of those boys can talk about it, but they don't do it.
People talk about doing stuff all the time, but you know, getting it going and getting on the water, that's the hardest part. And you get to paddle and you just get to enjoy it.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just,
I mean, it wasn't all enjoyable, but a lot of it was. I mean, it was beautiful. Had some great.
I'll tell you what, for the stories, buddy. That's what I always say.
Yeah, for the stories.
We see stuff that people will never see in their whole lives.
Yeah.
Vultures eating a manatee.
That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
And those dolphins like flipping this morning.
Going up in dolphin heaven.
Man, I was trying to get videos. I don't think I got them. They were too far away. That's a hard part about that GoPro. The GoPro's good when it's like this far.
Yeah.
When you get like over there, you can't see nothing.
Man, I just can't ever imagine how fast they take off when they do that one little flip.
Yeah. Yeah, now the ones when we were by the Chickie, I got them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when they were zipping
yeah.
through there, I got them. Yeah, but the ones that were flipping by that point, there was like about 4 or 5 of them, and they came right at us, but then they just disappeared.
Hey, listen, if I ever do Nightmare, I'm taking one of those power saws, battery operated power saws.
No, we're gonna go behind somebody that took one.
There you go.
So what gear would you leave behind next time? Did you bring anything you didn't need?
I didn't bring enough.
Didn't bring enough?
I cut back, just seeing what minimum I could do.
Yeah.
The only thing I would do, I'd make sure I brought a spray top, because I figured look at the weather forecast. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough. My food was.
It was good.
It was good. I didn't have enough. I had enough food.
Enough for 3 people.
Yeah. And an army.
Oh my God! I gotta get that down. I gotta get that food down. Yeah, that's not.
And I would have gone 2 more liters of water.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Yeah. My water worked out perfect. I had my gallon left over at the end. So.
And I brought that extra box. I didn't need to bring that.
The box.
The box they had with the Tupperware box.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You need anything in there?
That was just handy.
Ah, yeah.
Because I can open it. The only thing that's what I don't like about these dry bags.
Oh, I know. Those roll-up dry bags. That's why I've gone to the zippers and
you got to take everything out.
Yeah.
Because whatever you want is in the bottom.
Well, I finally got that Yeti bag figured out where I'm putting my food in the back because I mean in the front, my clothes in the back because the clothes are lighter and I like my weight up front, and then my tent in the middle. So I kind of had like I knew where to go. And it's sideways too, so the zippers, you know, if you had the zipper on the side of that, it's a lot easier than that bucket. Basically, it's a bucket, right? I mean, so.
The only way I could use that Yeti bag is if I was paddling the tandem surf ski and put it in the back seat.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, there you are. Maybe you'll be doing that one day.
Based on the weather conditions we had this trip, I'd have never made it.
Yeah.
I'd have turned that son bitch over 800 times. The Coast Guard been out there saving me again.
I just had a couple little things I brought that I'm not bringing next time. I won't bring that yoga mat on the EC, I think. I'll bring the chair, though. The chair is staying. The chair is part of my program. I tell you right now, I like being able to sit down. When we sat there for an hour or 2 today and I had something to sit on and then throw that mat out, oh my gosh, putting the kayak up for the windbreak, that was real.
And I brought enough jelly beans this year. I didn't know.
Oh, you still got jelly beans left. Dang. Look at that, you got a whole bag of them left.
I know, I rationed them. Well, I found that old bag of jelly beans in my tent.
Lucky you didn't find any ants in that damn tent. Man, if that was down my place, it would have been. I wouldn't have had a tent. You'd have opened that thing up and behold, all eating through it. Oh man.
The other thing I learned on this trip, I didn't use this paddle the last time I did this.
Oh yeah, which one did you use? Like a regular kayak paddle?
A different one.
Oh, that bigger wing you had before?
Flexed.
Ah,
And this thing, the blade, the shaft is stiff.
Stiff shaft, yes, no good.
Mine, right for I put the last half of my paddle with one arm.
Yeah, that stiff shaft, you get all that shock right in your body. Yeah. Yeah, paddleboard paddles are pretty flexible too. If you look at them, like if you look at videos, you'll see them. They got a big bend to them when they're loaded up, with the racers pulling on them. Man, that tailwind, I tell you, it just kept kicking in. That stuff really keeps me going. That was one thing that really I like that tailwind stuff. It's just like you take a couple sips and it's like taking a lot of cocaine. You're like, wow. Joe's like, hang on a minute.
Wait for me.
That, what else? What was I thinking?
The other thing I'm gonna do, and I was just lazy.
What was that?
Lights on my boat.
Lights on your boat? Yeah, I didn't put lights on my boat for this because I knew it was at Everglades. You know, for the challenge, I definitely have lights, but I knew in here there wouldn't be any boat traffic anyway. So yeah, I got mine's all rigged up. I got like a GoPro mount in the front,
Yeah.
GoPro mount in the back, and I can just hook my lights up in 2 seconds. And I start out with the lights on for the Everglades because then you just got to turn them on. Yeah, fresh batteries, and then those batteries last like the whole trip pretty much.
Oh, my Garmin was good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was happy with my watch
Yeah.
too. You know, I realized too, like before, I couldn't use the watch because I couldn't see it.
But now you got the glasses.
Now I got the glasses. That
Makes
let
all-
me use the watch for navigating, and I
Makes
didn't
all
have to
difference in the
stop
world,
and look
doesn't it?
around, putting glasses on, get my GPS out. Because I never even learned my GPS on my watch. You know, and that's the thing too. You know, like you learn a little bit at a time, and that's what doing this will teach you. That's gonna make all the difference when we get out there on that race course out there in March.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good stuff.
good stuff. Yeah. I'm real happy with my gear. I'll be doing a gear video. I do just a gear video, like I did one from last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one tomorrow. Oh, one major thing, man. We really miss Josh. We miss you, brother. I hope you listen to the end of this thing because I missed your ass so much. We made fun of you the whole time.
But it was all in fun.
Love you, brother.
Bye-bye.